taking me to the moon. I wanna be with the stars. Send me, send me into orbit. Oh, send me into orbit. You're
Alrighty. What's going on? We are in the Sensual Podcast episode one. Try to adjust a little bit. Damn, we got a little bit of background noise, just a little bit, just a little bit.
Say that again.
You got a little bit of background noise, just a little bit.
Hold on one sec.
Yeah, take your time. All right, salute to 900 Baddie, salute to you. Salute to Young Riaz, what's going on? Salute to Grizz, Grizz was good, man. Happy New Year to you as well. Salute to everybody, man. Salute to everybody that that's pulling up, that decided to pull up. You know what I mean? We're glad you guys came through to chop it up with us. And I'm kind of chopping it up impromptu right now. But but yeah, the topic of discussion is healthy relationships. I'm waiting for my sister to come in and you know say what she got to say. I'll be up here for a little bit, only for a little bit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I definitely want people to come up and talk about healthy relationships and talk about how they feel about healthy relationships and things of that nature. So, sis, whenever you want to rock out and say what you need to say, go ahead. I'm here. We're here.
Yes, I'm here too. I had turned my thermostat off because I don't know why my thermostat makes that loud noise. So I had to turn it off, and it takes a while for it to actually click off. I think it's off now. Is the background is the sound gone that you were hearing?
It's gone, and you were super clear.
Okay, cool. It just kicked off because I thought I was gonna have to go to another room real quick. So I am heading back to the living room. What's up? What's happening, everybody? Thank y'all for tuning in. This is the Sensual Eccentric podcast. Look, I am sensual. I am eccentric. And I'm just me. Let me turn my camera on so y'all can see me. Hey, look, we talking about relationships today. What is a relationship? How do we have a relationship? How do we have healthy relationships? And let me tell y'all something. I have had a day. Y'all see me? Sometimes relationships can look and feel messy, but you show up ready to work. That's me right now. I showed up. I'm here. I'm ready to do the work. So let's get it. It ain't always pretty. Like it's not. But you make it do what it do.
I'll let you answer that question, family.
Are you going to put the link up? Are we putting the link up? I thought it was already up.
No, that's for people to join. They want to come in and talk to you. So you want me to add it? I can add it if you want me to.
Do you have a question? Like what's on your mind, darling? I wanted to chat a little bit first. Put it up. Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
We rocking. Hey, y'all be nice. I don't look now. I told y'all I done had a day. They jump right to it. Are you putting the link up? I ain't started talking yet or nothing.
They want to talk to you, family. They want to talk to you. You know what I mean? It's a live stream. They want to interact with you, girl. They want to interact. But by healthy relationships, how would you define that for you? How would you define healthy relationships for you? What do you mean by that?
Well, when I think about, I was supposed to look up it and see if, like, what is the official definition of a relationship? And shoot, I laid down and tried to take a nap and forgot all about it until just now. But when I think of a healthy relationship, I think of partnership because you can't relate to somebody that you're not partnered with. And it's definitely not, you're not going to partner well with somebody that you don't relate to. So it's about partnership, it's about compatibility. Somebody say, hey, sis, love you. Well, hello. I think I know who that is. Appreciate you. So, yeah, it's about partnership, it's about compatibility, it's about understanding and patience because relationships take work. You got to work it just like a job. Now we rocking out. The link is coming as soon as possible, darling. Yeah, but so a healthy relationship is it's a mutual understanding, a mutual friendship, a mutual partnership. A lot of people like to throw love up in there, but you got to respect somebody first. So respect goes in there. And did I say partnership? So it's a
You
mutual
absolutely did. Yes, you
understanding.
did. Yes, you did. You did say partnership.
Yeah, mutual understanding, mutual partnership, mutual respect, and mutual care. Love comes later. You can't love somebody right off the bat. I mean, you kind of can, but there's levels to love and all of that good stuff. So I would
Mm.
say that's what a healthy relationship is, for sure.
Okay. Okay. So do you who do you think has okay? Do you think either gender has an easier time maintaining healthy relationships, or do you think it's just based on personality and experience, or
Absolutely
spirituality and
not.
things of that nature?
Look, male and female can be jacked up and get it all wrong, but there has to be a level of maturity in life and understanding in life, not just what your personal desires are, because a lot of people, I believe, base their relationships on their personal feelings
Mm-hmm.
and personal desires and try to make it work with that. But if you don't have maturity and an understanding just in general overall about the flow of life and how to maneuver through life, then I believe it will be very difficult to have a healthy relationship because it
Mm.
just can't be what we think and what we feel.
Mm. Okay, so it has to be a balance in a sense.
Absolutely. But nobody has it easier. I think it's ludicrous for somebody to say that women are better in relationships. I beg to differ. Um, Mature people are great in relationships. Understanding people, I'm going to use those words a lot, are great in relationships. And understanding people are good in relationships. It's not a gender thing at all. You can be female all day long and not have a clue how to have a healthy relationship if you're not mature and understanding.
Mm.
Like,
Okay.
get out of here
Okay.
with it.
So it's a maturity thing. Okay, it's not a gender
Absolutely.
thing. Okay. 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 Well, okay. So now, in basically trying to maintain a healthy relationships or even having healthy relationships, what are things that you have to avoid? Because some people say, well, this is one of my things is that I don't involve people in my relationship. You know what I mean? Unless I'm very very close. Not close to you like that. I'm not telling you, about my relationship. I'm just not. You know what I mean? So, would you advise that as well, or is it like kind of a case by case basis?
I think it's case by case. Everybody is not wise enough. Um, and I put wisdom over maturity. But everybody is not wise enough to give advice about a lot of things, let alone a relationship. Um, but if someone can offer you solutions without being biased, like truly unbiased uh, advice and solutions, then I don't see nothing wrong with I wouldn't call it involving people in your relationship, but getting a different perspective and getting some insights if there is something that you're having a challenging time with dealing with. Because sometimes we be too wrapped up in our feelings and we can't think clearly, and we need to go to a level headed, unbiased person and be like, hey, what do you think?
Mm. Yeah, I mean, and you know, and the word says that the word says a wise man seeks many advisors. So definitely, I definitely am with you with seeking advisors. I would say outside of like the advisor, like, and I guess you know, it's kind of you got to pick who you want to have involved and who you don't want to have involved, right? Just based on your vibe with them, based on their personality, on you know if they're really trying to be helpful or they're not. You know what I mean?
That
And
part.
those things are clear. I think that we make excuses and be like, oh no, they, you know, this is sister, brother, mother, so and so, or father, so and so. They're supportive, and they may not be supportive at all, right? And you just thinking that they're supportive, but really they're not. I mean, so I think we have to have an understanding of that as well. That not everybody in our life, even the people that we love, are going to be supportive of our relationship. In order to keep it healthy, sometimes you got to push, you got to make sure that they're not even around you, involved, knowing anything like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, people that want best. And I think it's also important to, I gotta, reiterate somebody that has an unbiased um, perspective and insight and just uses wisdom overall about the situation. Because if we are just going to talk to people that are going to agree with us, then you just want people to ride on your train and you the conductor and you just driving along and it's like hop aboard on my train and everybody that's on my train agrees with me. That's not how you seek wisdom in relationships. Not at all. We not riding the train of okay, this is how I feel, and I'm just telling you how I feel, and so I need you to agree because I want to feel validated. That's not advice. That's not wisdom. That's not insight. If you want to be validated, you can validate yourself. Like, me, I got multiple personalities, so
Mhm.
all of the personalities can agree and be like, yeah, girl, that's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. But no, we don't need validation when it comes to true advice and true insight. We want some wisdom. That's the only
What
way it's
about
gonna go for real.
okay? What about when you have to give advice, right? You know what I mean? When do you know when to give advice and when do you know when to step away? Because sometimes you know you give advice and it seems like a person wants to listen and then they go off and just go do whatever they want to do. So when do you say, okay, you know, enough is enough and I'm not giving no more advice?
That's a really, really great question. I think if you show a person, um, because advice is all about solution to a problem or situation. And so if someone has given someone some advice and they agree with the advice that you have given, I like this solution, I agree, yeah, you're right, this, that, and the other. And um it depends on if they coming to you with the same problem or not. So number one, is it a different situation that they are coming to you with, or is it the same situation? Uh, when and when not to give advice is, are they using the solutions that have been given? And I would say if someone is not using the solutions, then what are we talking about the problem for? Do you just want a listening ear? You just need to get some stuff out because you don't feel heard. That's different from I have a problem. What do you think? Because why are you asking me what I think if you're not going to take heed and follow through with it?
Facts, facts. We have a brother up here. My brother Grizz. Grizz, what's going on? You know what I
Yo,
mean?
what's happening?
Grizz, you there?
My bad. I was muted. My bad. um, I was
Speak
one.
freely. Thank you for coming up. I appreciate you.
Um, I don't know if this may sound like a silly question, but do you just feel like just because you've known your significant other since high school, do you feel like y'all have to stay with each other just because?
So let me say this: no question is a silly question. We learn and we elevate and evolve by asking questions. It's growing because when we ask, it's like putting something out there so something can be put back in to fill us. So it's all growth for me. Um, Heck no. Just because you've known somebody a certain amount of time doesn't mean that they have not changed. Um, we evolve constantly and consistently. Most of us do. Some things stay the same, but to to feel like you have to stay with someone just because you've known them for a certain period of time, no, that's not the case. If someone is no longer compatible with you, if they no longer gives you what you seek in life as far as a partner is concerned, then why stay? That doesn't make sense to me. We're not obligated to anybody. We don't owe anybody anything. Um, my philosophy is I come first. It's my happiness above everything. I deserve to be completely fulfilled in life. And if this interaction, if this relationship is not fulfilling me in a way that I can deal with, then I'm a bounce. I don't care how long it's been.
That's interesting.
I'm not beholden to anybody uh, other than myself first.
Well, I appreciate that. Um, you know that book, The Five Love, was it 4 or 5 love languages?
Say that again.
You know that you know that book, the love languages. Like, was it 4 love language? 3? I forgot how many love languages there is.
I believe it's 5. I'm not familiar with the book though.
I've read probably some bits of it. I think there should be a 6th one. There should be a 6th love language. It should be energy,
Ooh.
because so the reason why I'm saying that is because so when I talk to my significant other, I've even talked to other people about this topic, and I tell the people energy, like, you should be able to, like, when you like a person by their energy. Like, I don't even have to be next to you. I can be You can be over here, I can be over here, and there are some people who are empathic like me. Like, I can feel another person's energy just by walking in another room. I don't have to be sitting next to you. But so I call them normies. When I talk to normies about this, they're like, energy? What do you mean by energy? I'm like, okay, how do I dumb this down so you can understand? I'm like, have you been able to know I have a bad feeling about this house. Yeah, that's energy. So I digress. I'm sorry. But yeah, I feel like energy should be put in that book as well.
I see what you mean. When I think of energy, I think about operating on the same frequency. When you
Yeah.
operate on the same frequency as someone, which is the same wavelength, um, the energy is compatible. And to me, that's the same thing as compatibility. Because when you're compatible, the energies match. So that's all compatibility is to me. It's just maybe a little bit deeper in a sense. But yeah, I can also look at it as like reciprocity because
I've heard that word. What is that? Could you educate me on that word again? I've heard of that. I don't know the definition.
reciprocity, um, do unto others as you would have others do unto you. That's
Okay.
kind of like a reciprocity thing. If I am patient with you and every time I tell you something, you snap at me, you're not showing reciprocity.
I get that a lot. Sorry, I don't mean about business, but yeah, I get that a lot.
So my question would be like, does your partner have like anger issues? Are they short tempered? Like what makes them snappy?
For me, I feel that I don't know. She gets like I've been paying attention a lot. I've been paying attention to her a lot, and it could be the smallest thing that just snaps. Like I get that teacher. And I'm saying she's a teacher. She's around kids a lot, and I don't. And like when she's in the house, I'm like, oh snap! Like sometimes she doesn't have to enter the room. I'm like, okay, you've been through a lot. And when we've had the conversation of not being there for her, I'm like, I'm there for you. There's another word I'm looking for, but hey, let me take your back for you. Let me, but when I try to do the small things just to make sure she gets in the house comfortably, I get snapped. I'm like, what are you snapping at? She gets snapped because she's overwhelmed. She gets overwhelmed. I feel like she gets overwhelmed at the drop of a dime. That's just me. But yeah, no, she gets snappy at the drop of a dime. Sorry.
I've been there a time or two in my life. And for me, it was because I did not have the capacity to know how to deal with what I was feeling. And a lot of people like to throw the word emotional intelligence around. I can kind of agree with that. So when we lack the ability to express how we feel in a mature manner, because I have to go back to maturity, to where a mature person can say, or will be able to say, I'm overwhelmed. I got a lot going on psychologically and mentally. I need a moment. And I still go through that. I know when I am off balance and I'm out of sorts. And I'll tell the people in my household, hey, I'm not myself. I'm a little funky right now. I don't want to take my funkiness off on y'all. I don't need y'all smelling my shit. Let me try to woosah and get myself together, because I know that I'm not in alignment. Like I can fly off the handle at any moment, but it takes knowing yourself and knowing how to maneuver through your own emotions maturely to be able to say, hey, I'm jacked up and I may throw that off on you. It's like it's like that fire is radiating and you just throwing darts. I would suggest that you suggest to her a way for her to properly know what she's feeling and how to deal with that, so she won't allow everybody else to feel her wrath, so to speak.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. I didn't ask you if you wanted my advice. Because
No,
is everything with me.
no,
Because a lot of people, that's another thing I don't agree with.
What?
People offering unsolicited advice.
But guess what?
Sometimes people don't want your doggone advice.
But
Like
guess what?
I didn't ask you how you felt about this situation, so I like to
Oh,
ask.
good. No, I'm like this. Me personally, it me okay. So this is me. If anybody gives me advice that will challenge my intelligence, that will challenge me to do something better, I'm gonna take it. And especially if they've been through something like that, I would definitely take because I'm like this. If I can get advice to better myself as well as my household, if it's in increments, I'm taking it. If that makes sense.
Cool. I appreciate it. I don't want to like put this on women, but we are talking about a female. And sometimes women, we can feel validated in our messiness, so to speak. And it's not fair. It's not right because we just automatically sometimes before we learn better to do better. Because in order to do better, you got to learn better. But a lot of times we just expect for people to understand and take, you know, this is how I am. I'm emotional, or I'm angry right now. I'm irritated. So that, but it's not fair. Um, have you expressed to her like, does it make you feel a certain kind of way when she's snappy like that?
We've actually had a conversation at great length about that. I I've actually learned myself don't just, don't fight fire with fire. I fight her like even I fight it as I like Bruce Lee. I do water. um, I approach it very delicately, learn how to mince my words and learn how to bring my words around and stuff like that. But yeah, we've actually had words. I agree. We've talked about that. Even sometimes it's me.
Cool, cool, cool. One thing that will calm somebody that is angry is to be really, really subtle. And something that I like to do is say, how can I be of service to you right now? How can I help you right now? Like what do you need from me? Um and it's difficult in my opinion for somebody to continue to stay in a state of wrath when you're saying, how can I support you?
Right.
Or I didn't mean to upset you. I see you're a little extra uptight. You might not want to use the word uptight. That might be triggering.
Yeah.
But I see that you are a little
Flustered.
extra upset. And so
Flustered.
I just want to know how can I help? But
Right.
it's important for her most definitely to understand how her emotions move and how not necessarily transferable they are. Um, but what's the other word when you can feel it? Um, it's not transferable, but it's
Emotional, transferable. I'm drawing a blank too. I'm drawing a blank myself.
yeah, it's the word to where when you can feel stuff and it makes you feel a certain kind of way. It's important for her to understand that her
Empathy.
energy does that. I go through
Empathy.
it sometimes with my son. I have a son that's 14 years of
You talking
age.
about you talking about empathy, right? Empathy or sympathy?
Um,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Empathy.
no, it's another word to it's not okay, so energy is transferable, but it's also I may think of it in a minute. But my son that's 14 years of age, sometimes he just has an attitude and he I'd be like, son, you okay? You know, I'm noticing that you're a little aggressive and this is that and the other. And because he has not learned just yet how to maneuver through his emotions and how they make him feel. He'll just stay in his funky mood. And I'm feeling all of this. And I'm like, okay, wait, did I say transferable? Was, well, it was, I think it was another word. Okay, but I'd be telling him, like, son, you are transferring your energy onto me. So you keep throwing this at me like this about to turn into a fighting game or video game. Like I gotta counterattack and throw some shit back at you, bro. You just can't keep doing that to me. So it's important for her to understand how to maneuver through those emotions. We have somebody else that has joined on the screen. Thank you for your patience. Welcome, and thank you for joining. I appreciate you.
Hey, good night, good night. How you doing?
I am absolutely wonderful for the most part.
Yeah, that's good. As long as you're alive and kicking and you wake up in the morning, hey, everything else, gravy.
Look, I try to set the tone and the atmosphere. I'm very intentional with my energy and my frequency and my words, and so I just do my best to abide and flow in their energy and their frequency.
All right, all right. You know, I just passing through. You know, I'm a regular. You know, with these kind of shows and so, you know, I just passing through.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
I used to be a regular, and yeah, I sat down for a good little minute, but I'm very, very passionate about connecting with people. I'm very passionate about helping people. And I am a very, 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 if I do say so myself, and I do, and I will pat myself on the back, I am a very insightful individual, like very much so. And so I love sharing what I have learned in life. And what my wisdom and insight is about various different topics. Like this is the Central Eccentric podcast. So we don't talk about a lot of stuff because, okay, I'll take the time to introduce myself for those of you that do not know who I am, you know, my bio, so to speak. I am Galaxy Venus. I am a sensualist. I am an energist. I am a sex goddess. I'm an oracle. I'm a writer. I am an adult erotic entertainer. And so I am an advocate of pleasure. Like life is difficult as fuck. And so, because life is so difficult, I truly believe that whatever pleasantries and pleasures that we can have in life, we should have as many pleasures as we possibly can with no limitations, because I don't believe in living life with limitations. So, when it comes to relationships, as far as pleasures and no limitations, that's why it's so important to find somebody that you're compatible with and that's on the same frequency, because I don't believe in compromise and settling. When you are compatible with someone, when y'all are operating on the same frequency, there's no compromise. I honestly, I look at people sideways that believe in compromise and feel like they have to compromise, because to me, they're saying something that you're not compatible. Y'all ain't on the same level on something. And so now you have to compromise and settle for this because y'all really not flowing on that same frequency. But that's just my opinion.
Well, to be honest, everything may not go your way and everything might not go your way. You know, there's sometimes there will be a kind of a clash to personality, you know, negative, positive charge, you know, get clashing together.
Most definitely. Positivity is helpful, but if there's no compatibility with the positivity, then it's only going to last for so long.
I had a conversation earlier today. It was a short conversation and they was talking about love and relationship. And the app is love is important in relationship. And I answer in a weird way. And I say, no, I don't want to look. Why do you say no? I said, because if you're in love, people fall out of love, and love ain't have no backbone.
That is a very interesting perspective.
Yeah, look, you know what I
What makes
read?
what so if I'm not mistaken, you say when people are in love, they don't have a backbone?
But I didn't say that. I said love itself do not have a backbone in relationship. In
Can you
relationship.
elaborate on that for me?
All right. Me and you could be boyfriend and girlfriend. We love each other. We enjoy each other company. There will be a time that you don't enjoy my company anymore. So guess what? You choose to leave or you find somebody else because you don't find me interesting. Love is like when you're using love, you're watching the world through emotional eyes.
I don't think that that's how love truly operates. That is so interesting. To not find somebody interesting or to find them not interesting after a certain amount of time, to me, that just kind of sounds like that perhaps they grew apart. But if you really take the time out to get to know someone, you're not just going to, in my opinion, it just doesn't seem logical to just all of a sudden find them uninteresting. I can't imagine that happening, especially if the relationship has substance from the beginning and it's built on a solid foundation. But yeah, that's interesting. Very, very interesting.
You know, to the punchline. You know what what I rather have in a relationship? Respect.
You say you'd rather have what?
Respect.
Respect. Absolutely.
You know why? When you have respect for somebody, you have a mutual understanding.
Now, I don't know if you missed the very, very beginning, but that was two of the things that I mentioned that is important to make a relationship work. Mutual respect, mutual understanding, mutual compatibility, and it's mutual care. To me, relationships don't work if there is no friendship. We don't know how to be friends with people because we tend to be a little bit more understanding with our friends. And I think that is a major problem dealing with relationships, and not just romantic relationships. We expect certain things from certain people because we've forgotten how to be a friend, or we don't know how to be a friend. If our friend makes us mad or offends us, how do we deal with it? If we are not dealing with our significant other or our relatives the same way that we deal with our friends when it comes to things that are unpleasant and that has bothered us, then we are not having and operating and functioning in a healthy way in those relationships. Friendship is very important.
Yep. So, people like, when I hear me say that, I just like, this is an interesting thought because I look at things that a different way. Because, yes, certain kind of love will work, but you need something else other than, love to push this thing a little more forward. You just can't base it on love alone.
You are right about that. If I'm not mistaken, I mentioned that also. Love is not enough to make a relationship work at all. Um, well, I'll take that back. Thank you, Spirit. People, we look at love as like it's a feeling, but love is not a feeling. Love is an action. So when we are doing the work that love entails, love is enough. But when we look at love as just like this euphoric feeling, oh, I feel good, and oh, I'm happy, and oh, I'm satisfied right now, that is not enough to make a relationship work. But that is not love, that is affection. And we get love and affection, we mix it interchangeably like they're one and the same, and they're truly not. We think about the principles of love. What that book called the Bible says what love is. Love is patient, love is kind, love keeps no record of wrong, and so on and so forth. That's what love is. It's not feeling good and you make me happy and oh my gosh, I got butterflies and oh, I just like them so much and oh my gosh, you're so awesome. That's affection.
Yeah. You can remind me of a short poem that I wrote.
Say that
Because
again, please.
I say, you can remind me of a short poem that I wrote.
Oh,
It said, love is like a flame of fire, which burning us every day. It burns and burns until it consumes the inner part of the soul. A good servant, but a terrible master, a hefty price that can leave us out in the cold. Thomas Mons.
wow. I can see that. I understand that analogy very much so. Look, when I hear that, what I hear is love is consuming. And it will engulf you and consume you. If it's real, if it's true. If not, it's just something like the flame that'll burn for a little while and then it'll go out. But if it does not consume you, then more than likely it's not true love. It's not real. It has no substance. Because when you think about a fire, the way a fire burns, it spreads. And so if love is not spreading and covering everything, then there's a problem more than likely.
Yeah. Also, you have to keep in mind, right? A fire do certain things. It keep you warm, it cook your food, it keep away predators. And also, don't forget, it can be destructive too.
So the first thing you mentioned, the attributes of that was protective. So when we think about love in the analogy of fire, love is protective. I agree, Ashe.
You got the good part. You hear in the middle part, a good servant, but a terrible master. Yeah.
So speak on a destructive part. How can fire in the analogy of love be destructive? When does that happen?
But then, we are modern day. We see it every single day. Okay, for example, okay, as black people, you have a mother who have 6 children, 5 different baby father. They're not available in the children life. So what do you call that? That's pure toxicity there.
So where would the toxicity come from about the fathers not being absent in the children's life in general?
Well, the toxicity comes from also the father is not being there, and also the mother is sleeping around with other different men and having children with different other fellas.
Well, what I can say to that is a very interesting example, because that happens to kind of be my life. I actually have 6 different children with 5 different men. It was interesting for me. I got married, legally married at a very, 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 very young age. Like, I was legally married before I was 18. That's a whole nother story. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's toxic, but I can see how, for me personally, because I did not know myself, and I didn't know how to use my sensual energy. Now, since this is the Sensual Eccentric podcast, we can definitely get into that. But I didn't know how to use my sensual energy. It wasn't a toxic thing, like I was just sleeping around. It was one of those things with not knowing myself. I've always been a free spirit. And currently I am a polyamorous woman. I will never go back to monogamy. So I don't even believe in one partner, realistically, because I don't believe in settling. And no one person can be everything that we need. So I don't understand why people are just being with one person. That's just me. But I don't think there's toxicity in the household, depending on the maturity level of the woman that has the different children by the different men. For me personally, it definitely was a growth process, though. It was a process. So yeah, but yeah, that was really, really interesting.
Anybody else have a perspective of what I'm saying? I don't want to hug off all in my kennel.
I would definitely love to hear some other perspective, especially when it comes to this destructiveness.
So as far as when he says about fire, so me, I'm a nerd. I'm a humongous nerd. So like Avatar: The Last Airbender, how Zuko, Zuko, he was chasing the Avatar, and when he finally caught up to the Avatar in the last season, he learned that his fire went out, and he had to relearn what fire is. Fire is not just destructive. Fire can. Oh, if we don't have fire, we cannot make anything. We cannot forge anything. Fire can be destructive if. Fire can be used for destructiveness if misused. If not used respectively. And so it's like basically if I am a firebender I don't have to just destroy, because like in the Avatar Last Airbender, the Fire Nation was just destroying everything because I have fire, I have the power, and
Mhm.
nobody really understood what fire actually really meant. So fire can be used, and just like water can destroy, water can make as well.
Now, that's a very interesting perspective because when I think about fire as it relates to love and the analogy of love, when we do not handle and properly take care of love, that's when it becomes destructive. Uh, or when we try to use it as a weapon, because it doesn't necessarily have to be a weapon. Why would we want to weaponize love, something so beautiful? We don't have to be afraid of it. And then when you think about fire, there are a lot of people because they don't understand it and know how to properly deal with it. They are afraid of fire. There are people that are afraid of love in the true essence of what it is because they don't understand it. It's like,
And
whoa, nobody got time for that. You know, when you fall in love and you're gonna get your heart broken. Somebody gonna fuck you over. They gonna do this, they don't do that.
yeah, I've actually met a lot of people who literally their heart is like it's like a fortress. It's like, yeah, good luck with that. And because for the fact that they've gotten hurt so many times, they don't know how to love a person. They like people from a distance, but if you get too close, literally will push you away. I've met people like that.
And so when we think about fire, actual fire, literally,
Uh-huh.
if we get burned by a fire, we just learn how to be careful
Yeah,
around fire. There are fire safeties that we can learn that would ensure us. Well, not ensure us, but it'll help us to not, get badly hurt or burned by fire.
yeah,
The same thing with love. When we learn how to deal with love properly, when we take those precautions and those measures to understand how to um, navigate love, then it's not scary and it's not harmful. We understand how beautiful it really is. People that understand fire literally, it's like they have a love relationship with it because they truly understand it. They know all of the components, whatever fire is made of. I'm look, I don't forgot scientifically what fire is as far as
hydrogen, hydrogen, oxygen. I'm a nerd.
oh, I don't mind that. It's all good. That's a
No,
beautiful
but
thing.
the reason why I can actually break down fire and love is that one. Another thing too, some people might not understand this, but my my Orisha is Ogun. So I actually kind of studied Ogun and it's like basically that. So I know how to break things down like as if he would.
Super, super cool. So, in the same way, when we can break down love, when we understand what it is truly made up of, what it is capable of, and what it can do for us, then the anxiety and the fear of it is just like, not to say that it's a big deal, but it's like we embrace what it is
Yeah,
without fear. Because fear is just a lack of understanding.
yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Somebody over there in that corner is real quiet.
Who, me or the other guy?
No, I'm letting y'all shoot and y'all say your perspectives, man. That's what I'm doing. You
How
know
do
what I
you
mean?
feel? And Soapbox, how do you feel, Soapbox?
Oh man. Um. Hey man, y'all do what y'all gotta do.
Hey,
Look, I'm gonna be completely real. You know me. You ask me a question, I'm giving an answer. Look,
Go.
as far as the social media thing, I've said everything I can say to all of y'all. Y'all either listen or you don't, and y'all either take it in. I done give y'all about 4 or 5 years of my perspective, and y'all either gonna take it in or you don't. I mean, that's just where it is at
Yeah.
this point. Now my sister here, she want to talk to y'all and give y'all perspective, and that's good. You know what I mean? But I'm be honest with you, I'm done giving y'all perspective. I am. I'm done. I am a producer now.
As long as I
I am
know
a
you, yeah.
moderator, and I got no opinions because y'all don't listen. Y'all don't listen. Y'all don't.
You know what's funny about that to me? I think about parents. We have children, and a parent can tell their child something for years, and then it'll be somebody else that come along that says the same thing or try to teach or tell them the same lesson that the parent has been telling them, and they'll get it. So it's like,
Yep, I'm a parent.
you know, each one teach one. We just got to keep watering seeds until we all flourish and grow and be the best, beautiful us that we could possibly be.
I tell my son the exact same. I tell my son one thing, his mama comes telling him, "Oh, okay, I get it, mama." The exact same thing your mama just said. Why you on
Sometimes we just need to hear it from a
Yeah.
different voice. A lot of times when it comes to people that we are used to, we can take for granted that they truly know what they're talking about.
Trust me. That's
And especially when it's somebody that does have a lot of wisdom. I think people that have a lot of insight can be annoying because it's like you really got all the answers. You would know it all. Like you got something to say about everything. Take for instance my son. I think my son be waiting to prove me wrong, so he just be doing stuff sometimes, and I'll be like, son, I'm a whole oracle, baby. Like it ain't gonna happen. No, I'm not always right, but 99.9% of the time, child, it just ain't gonna happen. And then my oldest child, oh my gosh, talking about relationships, ooh wee. And they're supposed to be watching, but I don't see them. So maybe they
oh,
got
mama gonna put them on the spot.
Say that again.
I said, "Mama gonna put them on the spot."
Well, I read energy, so I know when not to. But my oldest child, parents gonna always say something about relationships. They get in these relationships, and I'll be like, nope, that ain't the one.
Yeah.
Nope, that ain't the one. Nope, that ain't the one. Nope, that ain't the one. And they be swearing up and down. Oh, they good from and oh, they're just so this and oh, they're just for that. And I just be like,
Nope.
I'm telling you that ain't it. And I know they be like, come on, man. Like, do you like anybody? And it's not about that I don't like them, but I just know right off the bat, that's not the relationship for you. But go ahead and go through your process, and you will see what I see, because that ain't it.
Hey, a thought just come to me. What's interesting of saying about relationship? Giving up yourself. You're putting away yourself, your ego, everything on the line just for the other person.
That is so unhealthy. Oh my gosh, I do not agree with that at all. People should not do that.
No, look, hear this though. Not the way you're thinking of it. Not how the way you're thinking. Like, you ask for something and I come and give a glass of water, and like in that kind of way. What I mean, putting away your ego and your selfish desire. Everything is about me. When you're out with your friends, you want to boost yourself. I am the best in this. I am this. I am that. Relationship humble you. You have to
Absolutely.
be less of you, a little more of the person.
I see what you're saying. That I mentioned at the beginning that if a person enters into a relationship for selfish gain, and that to me what that sounds like, it's just all about what I can get from somebody else, then that's not going to be a healthy relationship, because a healthy relationship is not based on what I can get from somebody. To me, a healthy relationship is based on what can we build together? How can we help one another grow? How can we flourish together as a unit? Because the two have to become one. You walk and move in unison. And if you're not walking and moving and abiding in unison, then what the hell are you doing? Satisfy some emotional need, some sexual need, some psychological need. That's superficial. And a lot of people don't know how to enter into a relationship with substance because they haven't done enough work on themselves to know what they need and what substance is. Now, it's interesting when I say a relationship based off needs, because I do believe that we should enter into healthy relationships, or healthy relationships is based off what you need, but not a superficial need. For example, what I need is the essentials: support, compassion, understanding. I can't stress this enough: compatibility and respect. When you have those components, you just build together. It's not as complicated as it would be if you did not have those things. And I have actually experienced that quite a few times in relationships. It flows uh it flows different. There's this synchronicity when you have those things, and when you're with a compatible partner and y'all operate off or in the same frequency. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, even when you think about it, everything in life you have to give. You give your time to your children. You give your time to your work. You spend time with your family. You know, most of the things in life is like giving away. They just did that.
Well, that was something that I mentioned also. Like, with love being an action word, you have to work. A lot of people just expect for things to be a certain way and they don't want to put the work in. But you have to work at love, because it's an action. It's not just a feeling. Things are not going to automatically be. You can be compatible with someone. Y'all can operate on the same frequency. But if you do not, as you just said, put the time in and the work, then what's going to happen? The fire, the flame will burn out and it will be nothing. And you'll just have somebody that you're compatible with and that you care about and that you love and respect, but you're not moving forward. It's like it ain't nothing going on.
Yeah. And so giving up yourself, that is one of the most powerful, we're not giving up yourself. Giving up yourself is motive and ego. You're putting it aside just for this one person or persons. if you're feeling a little extra.
And the way that I see it, I don't see it as giving up myself. I share myself. And if I am able to share all of me without holding anything back, because a lot of people be holding stuff back when it comes to relationships. I do not agree with that at all. If I am committed to you, you get all of me. You are my partner, period. I don't need a certificate and somebody to pronounce us anything. If I am committed to you, you are going to get, like John Legend said, all of me loves all of you, and so on and so forth with the rest of the words of the song. So I don't see it. I totally understand what you're saying, but I don't see it as giving up myself. I'm sharing myself, and I love to share myself with someone that I respect and that I'm compatible with, and that I can truly see myself building with, like for real, for real. It's a beautiful thing.
I asked a question with some folks, some, couples,
For
some
sure.
time ago. And it's like, I asked him, what you ask him, certain question, why, well, this is from a man's perspective, eh? Why you do certain things for her without even question, ask her anything? You know that she need this, and you just go out of the way and just do it. And you just watch and smile and say, they don't know. They don't know. I kind of know the answer, and well, I don't really know the answer, but I kind of understand it a bit. But
To me, that's we mentioned earlier what the five different love languages are, and I think that one is either of acts of service or gift giving. And so someone has to be able to appreciate that that is your love language if that's how you flow and operate. It's not to be taken for granted, that's for sure, because nobody is obligated to do anything for us. So anything that somebody gives us from the heart should definitely be appreciated and reciprocated in whatever way we're able to reciprocate that.
it's just a man's perspective. Eh? Why do you marry
Yeah.
that lady? You ask him, why do you marry this lady? Can't tell you.
Say that one more time.
Some people, something you ask a guy or a fella, why do you marry this lady? What do you see in her? He will say, nothing. I thought, what do you mean nothing? He said, all I just need is her. That's all.
So that is that the same as saying she's enough all by herself?
Yeah. He just said, all I need is her. And that's why I married her.
You know, it don't get no better than that. Look, if I had a microphone, I want to drop it or throw it or do something, because it don't get no better than that. Like, that is such a powerful statement. I hear that and I think about how incredible of a being somebody has to be for you to say, all I need is them. That is an energy that is so welcoming, and the way I'm imagining it from my perspective. So welcoming, so inviting, so loving, so calm, so supportive, that just that essence and them abiding in that essence is like, yeah, that's it. Because they are who they are and they encompass everything that is needed. Yeah, that mic drop right there. That's beautiful.
Yeah. If you ask a random person about the wife or husband or boyfriend or girlfriend, you know what they would say? They, they just go on surface stuff. Surface stuff. Oh, I love the way she cook. I love the way she clean. I love the way she make love. But do you love her?
That goes back to, being with people from selfish gain, from what you can gain from them, what you can get from them, instead of or opposed to growing together. Which makes me think about another topic that I'm going to discuss really, really soon. Somewhere along the lines of, that whole what you bring to the table thing. And what a man of value is and what a woman of value is. All of those things are very important for us to discuss and know, because too many of us minimize what's essential for a healthy relationship. And that's why too many of us, in my opinion, of course, are not having enough healthy relationships because we just got the shit twisted.
Yeah. My last final thought before I go. Let somebody else take over the mic when we go back to my normal life. Well, I was gonna say, shoot, that just slipped me. Oh boy, I really getting old, boy. That just slipped me just now.
It just hit you all of a sudden.
Oh boy.
Look, I completely understand because my brain was shut down when I get sleepy too. I don't know if I'd be coming or going.
When I get back the question, man, let me just try to retract myself. Giving up yourself. Life is about putting away your ego, serving. I remember now. I think when you come to relationship, we need to get away with the word. Put aside of the word needs. We do not need anything. Psalms 23 said it. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Everything that you ever wanted is already created. All you have to do is go and look for it. If you want a job, hey, you know the process. If you're looking for a partner, you know the process. Everything already created. God already do his part, created everything. He saw the plan. He said, all right, this could work. Bam. We need to just put our needs aside. People have too much needs. We need to do this. We need to do that. Come on. Relax. Chill. And with that, good night, folks. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining and sharing your insight. I really, really appreciate you. It was nice having you here. And I hope to see you again.
Well, I'm always, as long as you send me the link and I'm not busy at the time, yeah.
Man, thanks for your love and support, brother. Thanks for coming up. Definitely appreciate you, family. Thanks for coming through, man. Definitely.
And have a peaceful night.
All
Mm-hmm.
right, you too.
Adding to what he said about people having too many needs and we need to just chill and relax. Um, Something else he said, just go for it. And when I heard that, I thought to myself, like, I don't want to go for anything. I'm just, my goal is to align with what my desires are. So a lot
Mm.
of people, they go after things, but when I think about chasing your dreams, it's like you're working from something that is not in your reach and you trying to catch up to it. But when you are in alignment, then eventually it just it comes into your stratosphere. Two different, what's the word? Two different analogies with the same meaning. Um, but yeah, for me personally, I don't want to go after anything. I j- I just want to align with it, and that's what works for me. But if going after it works for you, then by all means, yes, go after what you want in life. Because how the fuck else are you gonna get it? You either gotta go after it or align with it. That's another mic drop
Mm.
right there.
There you go, family. There's no better way to end it. Did you kind of want to? Did you want to? Did you want to kind of like? Well, I'll put the spotlight on you, and then you can give like a final word, final thought, or maybe a spoken word, whatever you want to say, and then I'll just end the stream.
Oh gosh, I didn't even think about doing any spoken word. That is interesting. Final thoughts. This is the Sensual Eccentric Podcast, episode 1. We talked about relationships, what a relationship is, necessary components for a relationship, for healthy relationships, what is unhealthy. My final thought is grow, mature, have some wisdom about life before you try to have a healthy relationship. Because without maturity and understanding and growth, it's not going to happen. We complain about so many things that we're not receiving, that we don't have, and I wonder why. I'm gonna give you the side eye because it shouldn't be, in my humble opinion, of course, that much to complain about. We just we have to align and abide in a healthy, mature, understanding energy, and everything is gonna flow. We look, row your boat down that mature river, and you're going to run into everything that you are supposed to run into because it is divine alignment. With that being said, thank you all for tuning in. I thank everybody for joining. Thank my engineer that didn't want to say too much. I love you and I appreciate you so very much. Y'all will be seeing more of me at least once a week because I think I want to come back on Friday and talk about something else. Um, yeah, I lost my train of thought. But yes, y'all will be seeing more of me. Thank you for tuning in to the Sensual Eccentric Podcast. Subscribe, like, share, comment. We want to see you. We want to hear from you. We want to vibe with y'all. We want to rock with y'all. Let's keep building. Love y'all. See y'all soon.
Take me to the moon. I wanna be with the stars. Send me into orbit. heartbeat. Your eyes tell the truth.